Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and otherwise Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. A 1 vs 1 on Sirmuffin. It is for you. Also, slight apologies. It's a bit of delay due to the fact there are some slight technical issues with my microphones. I have to re-record another episode, and I found another one actually, so it's going to be a bit longer to record than the previous one. Otherwise, going to be a rather exciting fight here on Sirmuffin. A rather brutal one, and one with some lots of interesting things I hope you will enjoy and hopefully also learn from. In the southern corner, fighting for Deutschland, CoHComputerheat, rolling out under the banners of the 23rd Panzer Division, going up against Sirmuffin, the most communist of muffins, taking on the good fight for the 5th Tank Corps. Conscripts away, combat engineers also considerably away. Pioneers actually taking this more southern route, not rushing for the fuel point, interesting enough, but front three on the way, followed up by an MG-42. Doctrines to behold are Spearhead, Joint Operations, and Jäger Armor. And Guard Motor, Counter-Attack, and Conscript Support. But popping back here to Computer Heat, MG-42 up. Looks like he's going to make the main advance here with his troops up the center point, whereas the Pioneers will be taking a more flank move. Also looks like the Soviet players aren't rushing for their closest fuel point either, which is this one. Due to the fact that it only needs this point to connect, just like with the Germans, it is this one, since there's only this point that needs to be connected. Slight fun fact there.
How can we help?
Grenadiers advancing gloriously. Points being secured by conscripts in the name of the Soviet peoples. Conscripts doing the same thing here. Commies moving up there. Looks like he might be making a rather bold advance move here towards points that might usually be considered the territory of your opponent. And there you go. First engagement. Grenadiers versus combat engineers. Combat is rather realizing they find themselves in a bit of an uncomfortable position. Quickly pull back under fire from the Grenadiers. Quickly make a rush here for the building. In fact, rather interesting. While the Pioneers are making a push here for the southern fuel point. The Russians secure this one. Interesting enough, they've both taken the longer route to a fuel point. And there we go, combat engineers holding up the Grenadiers here. MG-42 making a covering here of the connecting strategic point. And there we go, conscripts advancing, getting pinned, suppressed by the fence. Grenadiers moving up, trying to get that munitions point, but at the same time they're going to be caught out in the open here. That proved to be a bit of a slightly unfortunate move. And Pioneers being engaged by combat. It's actually an attempt here by Sirmuffin for a sandbag position. Molotov through the window. Also apparently lighting a few other nearby shrubberies on fire. Forcing the Pioneers to vacate the promises, lest they fancy burning up. Second MG-42 on the way, so two Grenadiers, two MG-42s here. Heinz went down, shot in the gut. And there you go, we actually see that CoHComputerheat is conducting a full retreat. Interesting. Point there secured, Grenadiers moving up. Might be any try to set up another sandbag fighting position. Didn't quite have any luck as the Grenadiers moved in, counter-attacking. Quickly ending the life of Yuri. And then getting Molotov, and immediately half the squad bursts into flames. Almost, in fact, resulting in a full squad wipe. Rather brutal. Third squad of Grenadiers on the way, so 3 Grenadiers, 2 MG-42. A very hefty build for the Germans. One of the heavier builds at the moment you can conduct as the Ost here. And certainly offers you quite a bit of firepower, a bit of mobility, although at the same time if your opponent rushes for something, you could be slightly caught off guard. But overall, rather stable. Offers you a lot of firepower, ability to cover territory and cover your flanks, although of course you might be a bit slow at times due to the large amount of MGs. But you're definitely going to be rather tricky to actually outflank. They're not impossible. And right here, of course, we see Sirmuffin finding that out as his conscript squad takes a less than healthy peppering from the MG-42. And the commies, in fact, taking points and mining. Wonderfully aggressive play here from Sirmuffin. And there we go, support weapon company almost done. Grenadiers continue to advance. Lots of munitions in, Grenadiers apparently not going to be bothering with light machine guns. Conscripts seeking sanctuary within the church, only afterwards realizing they're atheists.
Yes?
Another mine up there.
Taking Soviet fire! Grenadiers!
And there we go, mine is up. Will CompUterheat sense the danger? No, he did not. And immediately half the squad is dead. The power of the TM35 mine, cheap. And if well placed, can actually cause quite a bit of disruption to your opponent. Go away. Anyway, it's going to be pushed back. MG42 spawning away here. Pep Wooden Church with a myriad of bullets, ending the lives of many Soviet troops. We might in fact see that last Soviet trooper here go down. Or will he escape the clutches of the Wehrmacht?
We have secured the sector.
Apparently he did, and the assault up here in fact failed due to the presence of mines, actually allowing the combat engineers to secure the point here for a bit longer.
What do you need?
Nicely played. Mortar arriving here for Sirmuffin, the PM41 82mm mortar. And taking up has been conducted here by CompUterheat. And we also see that CompUterheat's response is actually pretty swift, getting a minesweep early on, realizing that he's actually facing an opponent laying down mines. So well done. And more mines up here by Sirmuffin. Sirmuffin certainly doing things methodically, which is good.
Grenadiers reporting.
In terms of laying down mines for this. Good spot here for mining. Well done. Commendable. The Germans clearly have centered out the village here in the center as their main point of operations, operating both MGs from within its boundaries, suppressing and halting any Soviet advance. But now there's a mortar which might make this a considerably less straightforward endeavor.
Yes, a grenade!
And there we go, Molotoving the Grenadiers, trying to clear out the mortar. And there go the crew suffering heavy losses. Conscripts continue to remain pinned down in the south. Things are getting a bit ugly here for CompUterheat in the center. Veterans run for this MD42. Conscripts continue to remain pinned. Sirmuffin seems convinced that something else might happen or just have forgotten about them. Path chosen to retreat, perhaps not the best one, but Boris survived. Anyways, a light mechanized company up here. Commie is going here for the cut-off point. Fuel point being retaken by Germany. And already within 8 minutes we're seeing a Tankovy battalion command. Sirmuffin here playing a very aggressive play, a very aggressive Russian game. Again, might be trying to take advantage of the rather heavier tier 1 we are seeing from Sirmuffin. I mean, CompUterheat, but we're also seeing that CompUterheat is worried about this, of course. And after his half-track, his mid-shooting Panzerwagen is securing himself a Pack 40. Conscript moving ahead. And also note here, he's actually mined up more. Splendid stuff there. And we're actually seeing here that CompUterheat himself is also laying down mines. He's again also worried that his opponent might rise with tanks. And thus he's mining one of the more vital points, the road here, with some teller mines. Teller actually meaning plate and referring to the rather plate-shaped form of the mines. Fun fact. And also fresh mines there. And again, it's not necessarily always a bad idea to mine the same spot. A lot of players actually have a tendency of walking straight into the exact same spot they previously just walked into a mine in. In that sense, figuring lightning never strikes twice, but you know, forgetting the opponent is a bastard and want to get more effect out of that mine. In this case, though, CompUterheat does get up some minesweepers and begins sorting out those mines. But we do see these guys actually took a bit of beating, but we also see here that a half-tech could quickly move up and support with some reinforcements. And there we go, Grenadiers reinforced. MB42 moving up to support. CompUterheat making a nice little attack here. The Pioneers, though, perhaps having less of a successful endeavour. In fact, bolting over here, nicely done. Pulling away and perhaps leaving it to some other infantry to sort out the Russians there. And we're seeing here that also Sirmuffin is worried about something of the vehicular kind, getting a field gun of his own.
Grenadiers ready.
Pioneers ready for anything.
Companies continue to remain up here. I mean, Sirmuffin is rather getting a lot of these out of these companies, but he might also soon risk losing them. They are quite low on health, and they can't keep fighting this fight, and there we go. Sirmuffin realizing it is the time to go back. Full frontal assault here through the centre. Nicely positioned MD42 by the fence. Covers the central part of the village. And he puts a stop here. But we are seeing artillery going in here from the field gun. Trying to perhaps stop the Germans from magic. Oh, goodness gracious. Cannoneer squad almost wiped out there by a 176mm artillery shell. Mortars are perhaps a bit too far up. Field gun will need to fall back. No Maxims or anything else to support, but T-70 light tank. And the half-track having a nice little stop here by the village. And there you go, T-70 immediately rushes in. Computer hit will have to respond to this, perhaps delay it until they can get the PaK 40 up here, if the PaK crew can be asked to do so.
Soviet HQ now includes a field hospital, but only for those who are seriously wounded.
There are no more incoming!
There we go, sort of playing the delaying game. PaK moving up. And also note here that Sirmuffin actually weren't playing a bit conservative with the T-70. He's probably worried that Computer Heat might have a PaK ready. He wants to actually ensure he doesn't get wiped out, so he's actually using here the house as a bit of cover, sort of trying to sneak in, sneak out, and try to lessen the amount of chance that PaK 40 actually gets him. Very nicely done there. We also note here, oh yeah, he actually made the move. He got a bit too greedy, and not only is the PaK 40 firing on him, the MG42 is firing incendiary armor-piercing rounds. Good lord. And there you go, Conscript running to front, but nice use, by the way, of the incendiary armor-piercing round. Well done there. Shooting through the house. Wood also turning to be surprisingly pliable to armor-piercing incendiary rounds. Conscript's forced to retreat here. This MG42 has definitely done its job so far well.
Do you need something?
No doctrine as of yet here for Sirmuffin. And some pioneers making a pretty aggressive move up here in the west flank. Followed up by some grenadiers. No light machine guns as of yet. No upgrade for the half-tank either. Interestingly enough, I am surprised by the lack of light machine guns. Or the Flammpanzerwagen for that matter. Panzer grenadiers arriving. Grenadier squad here might have chewed off a bit more than it could chew. Molotovs and whatnot. Another field gun barrage going off right there. Getting rifle grenaded, truck exploding. MG42 here taking a few nasty hits, mortar joining in for the fun. Gaining veterans one in the process. Huzzah! Field gun, the women's retreat, and there we go, the Panzer Grenadiers leading the assault. The Grenadiers have held the line for so long. Now it's time for the Panzer Grenadiers and the Sturmgewehrs to finish off the trick. The job, whatever. And there we go. Causing a collapse here, leaving a field gun behind for the Germans to secure as well. T-34 on the way.
Engineer squad. Hold this ground for the people!
And there we go. Nice aggressive move up here. He might in fact consider laying down an S minefield around here, if he was so deviously inclined.
Capturing supply sectors.
Continuing up here, combat, he is surrounded inside the wooden structure.
Supply lines
Not exactly good. Combat here rushed off by the Panzer Grenadiers. He could try and secure this field gun here, would definitely then be able to present a lot more anti-tank firepower towards Sirmuffin, whose T-34 has now arrived with a bit of vengeance on its mind. And combat engineers did not survive. Quite the opposite. Also, one squad of conscripts operating far behind enemy lines. And looks like, there we go, field gun going to be crude, mortar firing away. Might want to pull back here towards the half-tank for reinforcements. T-34 going to roll out. It might get a bit of an unwelcome surprise here.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Mine going off there, killing another pair of grenadiers. Some of them definitely getting something out of his mines. And there we go, swiftly moving in here. He's probably realised by now that the field gun has been secured by the Wehrmacht. And it's now property of Deutschland.
T-34 here.
Engaged!
And now he spotted it.
We are taking losses!
And the field gun starts off its service in the Wehrmacht quite exemplary, getting one kill with a shot. Grenadier might have went it a bit too far and took a bit of a beating there. And actually also managed to kill one of its own. Not good, Jürgen.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Come on. Ah, lost the grenadier squad. Quite
We will
tragic.
defend it to the death. We are leading, comrade. Engage
Attempt here securing the field gun ended up rather disastrously with the entire squad
Squad of infantry
killed
has been
in the middle of the road.
Death before retreat.
A bit unceremoniously.
T-34.
Looks like Sirmuffin might be now stalling for time while he's securing points
Rifleman
elsewhere.
ready.
Also note here the sandbag
We have
fighting
the
position to protect against any immediate counterattacks from the Germans. Well done there.
Crew ready.
And now we're finally seeing a doctrine. It's actually rather late, but I suppose not too late. He has gone for conscript support. Going to get the most out of his conscripts, submachine guns, hit the dirt, repairs, rapid conscription, and of course incendiary artillery barrages.
The enemy is encroaching
Might not be
on
a
our
bad idea to
territory.
get up a munitions cache to really support that.
T-34 reporting.
And there we go. Submachine guns for everyone. Except the Germans. And Boris.
Conscripts
Since,
here.
apparently, since only 2 men in the squad get it. Though the Soviets were actually quite fond of, on a larger scale, actually equipping their formations with submachine guns. In particular, formations suited for urban warfare were heavily equipped with submachine guns.
Grenade!
Oh, bang grenade here, wiped out the entire thing. The house was no longer stable. One geballte Ladung, and the thing collapsed like a poorly stacked house of cards. And of course, with the field gun here, he's actually able to cover more parts of the village, making it much harder for Sirmuffin to actually enter it with armour. Although currently there's a nice open weak spot there, but also Telemann to cover the northern road in case that happens. So clearly, Computer Heat has been thinking ahead. Good job.
Our comrade has fallen.
Yes, comrade.
Maximum fine rhyming here for Sirmuffin. And another field gun. And we are seeing a support armour co-op. We are also seeing a bunker going up, utilising pioneers for one thing, grenadiers for the other. Good job there.
Soldiers ready.
And another small infiltration here by some conscripts.
Area secure. We are losing
Advancing
supplies to the
heavily
enemy.
equipped. For the Soviet squad, that is.
Mortar ready for order.
There are no cowards here.
So a bit of harassment
The
going
tank gun
on.
is ready for action.
Looks like Computer Heat's also taking it easy. He could though be advancing up here, taking points away from there. So of course he might now be pouring a lot of resources into getting some armour out to face the Bolshevik
Your
foe.
orders, comrade.
HMG crew is ready.
Shoving around a few dead krauts.
You need something demolished?
And a second T-34 rolling in. And there we go, conscripts flanking in here. MG42 not quite able to cover. Making a direct move here on the pack.
Supplies.
Incendiary barrage prepared. Getting attacked up here. Panzer supported by a half tank. Making the advance and the conscripts forcing them away. Well done. And there you go, MG42 was able to reposition himself to open up on the conscripts there. Well done. He actually took a farther move. Perhaps realising he might try to pull up here behind the fence. Maxim moving up to support. And there we go. Austrian flak panzer has arrived.
Taking machine gun fire! They've opened up on us!
New units have arrived.
Taking fire!
Grenadiers here getting suppressed.
Grenade!
5 grenades flying through there, and a bun grenade as well. The church is all of a sudden becoming very popular. Austrian flak panzer arriving, incendiary barrage going on the field gun. Looks like he might be making a move to clear out any anti-tank obstacles and then rush with his tanks. Nice idea there, and there we go. The pack crew, or the field gun crew, is caught in an inferno.
Opened up on us!
Maxim crew though went down at the doorsteps of the church.
Enemy contact! We have been
Black Panther moving up, the T-34 being slowed down in the rubble. Needs to quickly moving up. Field gun, for some reason they've exposed down here. I think Sirmuffin might have hoped to flank any armour that advanced, but at the same time, yet nothing to cover it. A bit of mistake here, T-34 though is advancing, opening up there on the Flak Panthers, the other T-34. Actually having hit a mine there, very aggressive Telemann placement there from Computer Heat, and it did its job. T-34 almost down, and with a heavily damaged engine, in fact, destroyed it, I think. Well, heavy engine damage anyway. Austin might go down. Oh, will he be able to escape? Oh, looks like he just barely managed to dodge that one. Back to computer heat though. Pack getting recruit. T-34 down repairs, of course. Conscripts can repair with conscript support. It's a good job there from Sirmuffin, taking advantage of that ability. T-34 trying to deal with the pack, but with a damaged engine, it is going to be a bit tricky to flank around the pack. And we'll be seeing an attempt here attending our busy rounds to actually deal with it. Oh dear, he actually accidentally stopped off there. Might have been concerned with other units up here. T-34 continues to advance for some reason, despite having a less functional engine and a Tiger tank using too little maintenance. Oh dear, looks like Sirmuffin forgot. Oh dear, and there we go. T-34 down, a tragic loss. But he's escaped to keep this one. Stop it up, I think, before repairing. I think we might see another incendiary barrage going down to avenge the losses. And there we go, the pack crew burning up.
We have lost a squad.
Panzer IV though finally on the way. Still no light machine guns for the Grenadiers. I'm quite surprised at that development. Usually you'd see that.
Enemy forces are securing
Also
our
no
territory.
doctrine as of yet for computer heat, which is also a bit surprising considering how far into the game we are. So a bit of a surprise there as well. I suppose he must be a bit unsure what to go for, which can happen.
German territory increases.
And there we go, T-34 finally receiving the repairs it so desperately needs.
Loaded and ready. Half-track ready. Ostwind stand. The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Small attack there.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Maxim here could recruit with success here by computer heat.
It's done.
Further make this a slightly impenetrable zone, or perhaps use
Enemy is
to
attempting
guard
to
some
steal our
flank.
sector.
And there go Panzer IV arriving. No machine gun for that, as of yet anyways.
Enemy AT gun is tooling us.
And there we go, actually recruiting the field gun, actually using it to barrage the pack. Pretty bold play. Though so far with less success in the actually hitting the enemy department. And T-70 arriving as well, taking a hit. But the pack gets wiped out. The Panzer Grenadiers almost also bite the bullet.
Ready. Pioneers.
Yeah.
T-34 done up there.
Machine gun squad.
Pioneers are ready.
Ostwind loaded and ready.
Might be an idea to get a Stug or a Panzer IV, I suppose, here. Or I suppose he could just go for Spearhead Doctrine right about now and actually just get himself a Tiger soon enough. But T-34 pushing in, field gun has been accrued. Oh, this squad looks used to do it. Wiped out and looks to have been even a fresh squad. Rather unfortunate. T-34 they caught from the field gun. Oh no. Rather unfortunate. And that T-34 as said, he was not able to do much. And there we go, complete write-off right there. Panzer IV advancing, and going to get anti-tank grenaded. I think computer heat might have made a slight misclick there.
Soviet forces are engaging us. We are engaged.
But we do finally see some infantry moving up support, although another squad of infantry has been lost. It's got a bunch of pioneers, but computer heat will need more infantry soon enough. And a doctrine. And there we go, finally. Almost 25 minutes into the game, he finally gets light machine gun for his Grenadiers.
Taking mortar fire.
Infantry contact.
3 machine guns now give computer heat. T-70 quickly moving up to support here.
MG element ready.
Pioneer squad close to being wiped out, and actually did happen. Panzer IV probably should have pulled back a lot sooner.
Orders.
Oh, and an MG42 right for the picking. Would it not be bad? An interesting note, he's still not taking this munitions points, Mr. Computer Heat. I'm quite surprised he has taken this in some time, and a bit of a boom here, directly charging a flak panzer, just trying to tank grenade. I think it would be better off he actually tried to lure it into the telemine, and then try something with it. Oh well.
You need something?
More panzer grenadiers on the way.
Panzer 4, ready.
Who is ready?
Panzer Grenadiers.
There we go, panzer grenades moving
assigned
ahead.
fresh Panzer
Not
Grenadiers.
actually as such fully equipped with assault rifles in the actual war, although some units were. And so in this war brigades that was more common, but usually, I mean, the ones that were equipped were such were actually part of panzer brigades, not divisions. Panzer brigades being a much smaller formation meant for actually attacking Soviet spearheads and doing them in. Also, they largely fought on the Western Front despite being actually intended to fight on the Eastern Front, which is a fun little fact. Although again, some divisions actually did have their own of such units formed, though there would also be regular ones more formed, like actual panzer grenadiers, which would have actually a larger amount of machine guns than regular grenadiers. They only had 1 machine gun per squad, panzer grenadiers 2 machine guns per squad. There you go, T-34 rushing in.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Rather clustered up position here. He better hope the opponent doesn't find something like, say, some artillery. Though again, he doesn't have any at all. Though he could quickly get something. He went spearhead and got himself a mortar half-tank. I mean, that could turn out to be a complete massacre.
Our opponents are seizing the
Fallen
sector.
assault here. Black Man's providing fire support from the northern part of the village. Maxim overwatching there, and the anti-photo comes out playing as well. No anti-tank gun trying to cover the centre. Field gun out though, gets slaughtered here by the grenades from the light machine gun. And the Panzer IV is nowhere to be seen to actually deal with this T-70 menace for the time being. While the T-34 is operating in the north, the MG42 they're still not being covered by either side. There we go, grenadiers rushed off. The T-70 putting too much. You can see here the Panzer IV quickly following up. MG42 joining in for a bit of fun. And there we go, almost down. That T-70 does definitely not stand a chance. And there we go, kaput. A glorious victory for Deutschland of some kind. And then proceeding to deal with this field gun to ensure the Soviets don't get their hands on it. T-34 advancing up here, coming under fire from the field gun. Incendiary barrage going in on the centre of the town, burning away at the church and the nearby half-tank, though the half-tank is considerably less touched by it. T-34 manoeuvring about here, trying to ensure the field gun probably can't get quite close enough to it. Nice idea there. Panzer IV, they're rolling in, field guns firing it. A T-70 also moving in. Looks like the Ostwind is about to go down, and there we go, the T-34 got it. That's for advancing, and oh, he actually rams it, destroying the engine and the main gun. Gets behind the field gun for the T-70, but Stush managed to blow up the T-34, but not before themselves getting murdered by the T-70 and its tiny gun. And looks like the Panzer IV might be next. T-70 quickly rushes up behind it to try and penetrate with lethal precision. There we go, damaged engine. If not downright heavily damaged, in fact destroyed. And there we go, T-70 scored the kill. And now we see that computer is actually taking an awful lot of damage and he's just lost most of the map. Very brutal engagement here. Very good usage here of Sirmuffin. Fires armor, really getting the most out of the Soviet armor and its speed, agility. It looks like that MG42 crew is next, and it was so close to veteran fleet. So close. So all of a sudden the tables have been reversed on the 23rd Panzer Division. Time to pop here to Sirmuffin, and also time for the mid-game analysis current situation, as I've just explained. The Soviets just conducted a rather large assault and they pushed back the Germans. They also have a larger force now. They also have a veterancy 3 conscript squad, though the rest of the conscripts are considerably less veteran. 3 guesses as to why, and it's not because they have been naughty. It's because they're raw. The rest have been killed. And we see a 1 here light tank. The rest of the tanks have also been blown up, but still he's currently got more tanks than his opponent. He's also got more anti-tank guns and other such things, and certainly the village here will be littered with field guns ready for him to utilize against his fascist opponent. So he should definitely try to take advantage of that. He should definitely begin fortifying the area. He's going to have to make it harder for the Germans to lead an assault, because there will be a German counterattack. More likely now with heavy armor. In that case, you want something to slow down their advance initially. Mines are good. Perhaps some squads to quickly ambush behind a house, anti-tank grenade the engine block, and then move in with field guns. That could be one way, or just get enough T-34s and swarm them. Basically, several different approaches to try and hold in the village, because currently, the current way that things are going for Sirmuffin, he's better off served, securing all 3 victory points and then going on the defensive, preparing for an assault with mines, barbed wire, field guns, cleverly placed infantry and whatnot, trying to create as many kill zones, and of course, trying to deny the Germans as much maneuverability and mobility as possible when they finally get on the counter-attack. For the Germans, it's about counter-attacking as swiftly as possible, also trying to counter-attack with the Soviets. Perhaps I'm not quite expecting it. Currently south here would be a nice spot, and it also looks like that is the part that Computerheat is seizing upon, so well done there. Nice thinking ahead. And of course, he's going to need to take as much as possible, and then of course perhaps try to prepare for a counter-attack himself with some mines of his own, perhaps a bunker. He should also definitely get himself a doctrine. That's definitely one thing that's actually hurting him. So he should definitely very soon get a doctrine up and choose something from it. Right now, a more offensive doctrine would suit him well, so something like Spearhead with mortar half-tracks to keep things flowing could be a nice idea. But let us return to the fight. Point there secured.
Do you need something?
Yes, comrade?
They see us!
There you go, Panzer Squad actually charging in alone into the centre. Looks like that might be a diversion of some sort, or a test to figure out if his opponent's placement of other things here. And there we go, grenading the mortar and getting it, in fact wiping out the mortar itself. But there we go, main approach going in from the south, half-tight keeping in the background.
Enemy forces capturing supply
Usually
sector.
only handed out to the 1st battalion of any Panzer division. Panzer Grenadier divisions were extremely lucky if they actually had any
We
half-tracks.
have an isolated sector.
And usually it would only have been the more elite Panzer Grenadier divisions that have actually been so lucky to get half-tracks.
Fucking fire! What do you have?
Some machine guns moving up, they immediately coming in effect from these very veteran grenadiers for the light machine guns. Mines up, continuing downwards, in fact preparing for the assault. Well done.
to build it or blow
Most impressive here. And a Tiger has arrived. Looks like the 25th Panzer Division has required some heavier armoured support. And so the Tiger tank has been summoned.
T-34 ready for combat.
There we go, T-70 leading the counter-attack here against the Grenadiers on the right. And there's nothing to really seriously stop it. At the same time, Maxim supported by a Tiger. Also noting here, the reason he actually can't do anything is because, well, the Maxim can't see it. They're just hidden in such a manner, and with hit the dirt, the opponent can't see them. Very sneaky, that. Though perhaps less intentional.
What do
It
you
would be
need?
impressive if it was.
Taking fire!
And it looks like the Tiger realizing where it is needed actually shifts south. The question is, will he be able to arrive in time enough to actually turn things around?
Take cover!
And there we go, mine going up, but oh, Computerheat, you're doing it too close to the opponent. You should have done it early, I think. Instead of when the enemy armor is actually there. T-34 goes in the front as well. Tiger rolling ahead.
Yes, comrade.
Like a large block of cooked steel.
Replacements have arrived.
Situation is getting very perilous.
Behind something!
Can the Tiger make it?
Actually,
Can the Tiger make it?
we have made the ultimate
It
sacrifice.
looks like an infantry squad died in the name of the Motherland Mortar here, getting assaulted. And there we go, Tiger has arrived. Gets close enough to T-34. The T-34 can't gather enough momentum to ram it. And there we go, damaged engine. Nice shot there from the Tiger and its veteran crew. Then using Tiger Tank's hat, veteran crews. Allowed a high rate of fire and other fun things. And cap what mode on the T-70. I think that's a bit of a mistake. But now the Tiger Tank out of the way, she'll probably try and hunt down that T-70. If it's so could so decide to move.
Supply sector under attack.
Then it is here suppressed. Why is the Tiger not moving? Grenading going off here. Field gun cleared up. Panther need to retreat. They're in an absolutely perilous situation in the middle of the road. Negative cover is bad for you, Friedrich. And they died. Definitely shame here. Tiger advancing, taking a hit. They're also down to half health already. Just fighting field guns and T-34s. And a half track is up for Sirmuffin to reinforce the front line troops. Well done there. Going to ensure he doesn't have to actually retreat anymore. Field gun going to get flanked here by the massive Tiger. And popping smoke. Obviously, since he's gone for spearhead. But can he actually destroy the field gun? And it's true, and there we go. Dead. Another field gun arriving though. So slightly awkwardly pointed. Pioneers following up, but the Tiger needs to begin pulling away. And there go T-70 actually abandoned. Tiger needs to get out of there. Come on, computer heat. And a second Tiger has arrived. Looks like computer heat is not messing about. Looks like he's been saving up for a large, heavily armored punch.
You have orders?
Squarely aiming at the jaw of the Soviet army.
Standing by.
But a lot of abandoned equipment right here in the center. Field guns, T-70s and mortars. Tiger making a swift retreat with another one moving up to the front.
Yes.
Another field gun arriving and another T-34. He's certainly doing his best to keep things supported there with them. Tiger setting up on a flanking path, doing his best to actually flank the field gun in short. He can't deal with him. And we actually see the response here from Sirmuffin, repositioning to ensure he can try and perhaps halt the advance. But apparently the crew seems a bit confused. Running around in circles. Perhaps having had too much of the pre-battle vodka. But there we go. The second field gun has arrived, immediately putting a stop to, at least potentially putting a stop to the Tiger's advance. Then again, it does need to get behind the house here, and does. One field gun has already been, negated. But there we go. Half track reinforcing the field gun here. Nicely done. Tiger is forced to quickly move on, perhaps pop some smoke. And there we go, out of control.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
Nicely done.
Enemy contact! Off track!
One thing though that Mr. Computer Heat might want to get his access to more infantry. He seems to be awfully low on it, and activity proved to be a hazard for him. There we go, Canadian squad almost wiped out. T-34 rushing ahead. They need to retreat. On. Looks like they were hanging about there to get off a Panzerfaust. And that Tiger, I mean, he should get a second Pioneer squad to help with the repairs of it. Generally, always recommend at the least 2 squads of anything you can repair with to do it.
We have the point.
In particular, something like a Tiger, otherwise it's going to take ages to get it done. Ages. Which doesn't really serve the Pioneers right, or the Tiger right. You usually want to get back as far as possible. And there goes so it's making a large assault. But right in front of the 2 Tiger tanks will proceed to unleash a storm of bullets. Maxim joins as well, of course, never mind the explosive shells from the 2 Tiger tanks. Incendiary artillery getting cold in the position though. Going to help certainly. There go Pioneers and Maxim crew caught in it.
We are ready.
Then he's being suppressed in the middle of the fire. That's not good either. Ultimately, the Germans have some serious problems with the victory points. Need to fix that soon. Might want to actually make an assault up here, clear out this building, and regain the west part of the map. I definitely think that would benefit computer heat.
T-34 here!
Still awfully low infantry. And Pioneers. And now the Tiger here is blasted by slowly advancing field guns with the third one on the way. I mean, Sirmuffin is clearly trying to establish an anti-tank front line with those. Alternating here, there's a field gun right for the picking.
We earned this territory. We will keep it.
And looks like another mortar half tank has actually arrived. About damn time.
We have a new unit.
You should have had one out much earlier. I would like to argue anyways.
We have taken
Another house collapsing. A burning, smouldering ruin.
Half-track here.
And the half-tech just continues to enforce everything that Sirmuffin has at the front line, ensuring he doesn't have to pull it back to the base to have it done. Which is definitely helpful. These communists though clearly don't stand a chance against the veterans of 2 Panzer Grenadiers. And the result is a very quick retreat.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture
Still
our
relying on a
territory.
single unit of Pioneers. I can't help but feel that's a bit unfortunate.
We've been targeted.
Grenadiers advancing up here, getting suppressed by the MG42. Secured here by Sirmuffin.
We have an isolated sector. T-34
And the T-34 making a jolly good job here, throwing back the Panzer Grenadier. Second T-34 arriving. Tiger looks like to be used here to try and clear out the Maxim of the MG42. With some success. Field gun going to get flanked.
We have incoming!
And the Grenadiers holding out here in the ditch are also largely surviving the fire of the MG42.
Enemy contact! You have orders? Taking fire!
Very close to going down this.
What do
Particularly
you
the
need?
MG crew itself. And there we go. Field gun crew executed on the spot, more or less.
One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
Down to one man manning an MG42 inside a house, ready to collapse any moment now. Mortar joining in, and there we go. Armoured assault going in here from Sirmuffin. T-34 a bit too close to ram. Tiger number 2 could do to move up. Field gun finding a way here at the rear. More field guns moving in. Looks like a very determined attempt here by Sirmuffin to get the Tiger, but he seems to have forgotten about the other Tiger. So this one's also taking an awful lot of damage here. Eventually, 2 field gun firing into it.
Armored vehicles.
Popping some smoke and pulling back would be a nice idea, but not before it seems he clears out that field gun crew in a most
The enemy has killed
vengeful
another
manner.
infantry squad.
And he's barraging. I'm surprised he did that and did not use the tracking ability, which would increase the line of sight, allowing his field gun to just shoot away without needing an observer. I mean, tracking is actually quite a powerful ability. They gain quite a bit of line of sight from just using that ability. It's quite astounding. And can mean all of a sudden your field gun can fire very far without risking itself. But there we go, incendiary barrage going down from the mortar, burning away the bushes. And we can hear their screams.
Tiger.
Still lacking Pioneers,
Fire support?
though finally getting a second unit of Pioneers, and we also still seeing that he needs some more infantry. I'm a bit disappointed on that. Overall, though, he's actually keeping the rest of his units alive. He's certainly got 2 Tigers still standing. Though we are seeing that Sirmuffin is doing quite an excellent job using his field guns, his half-tracks, and other means to keep the Tigers at bay and keep them contained. Well done. Although, again, if Computer Heat was to pull back the Tigers, support them with sufficient infantry to make a push here, he might be able to throw off Sirmuffin completely. And certainly Sirmuffin's plan is very much hinging on the fact that Computer Heat will only be attacking from the previous angles he's already attacked from, where they're already field guns sighted, thus creating a nice pack front, as known by the Germans, and as the Soviets actually completely took over, which is basically a lot of field guns or anti-tank guns pointing in the same general direction under the command of some commander, thus allowing very effective anti-tank gun fire which can shatter any direct armoured assault. Was in fact very effective at that.
Tiger.
Taking empty fire!
Looks like a Soviet mortar has been secured as well to add in to the German half-track.
attempting to steal our sector.
And just note all of those field guns littering the battlefield.
Half-track ready. Mortar carrier waiting for orders.
Conscripts here, veterans defeat, trying to repair the T-34, almost wiped out. That was close to being dreadful. And a push down south, going to see if we can't draw away some attention here from the front line. Nice job there by Sirmuffin, applying pressure elsewhere. Good job, very good job, not just resorting to headlong assaults, but actually trying to, you know, pry in from everywhere else. Well done. And more mines. Wonderful. Shifting of field guns a bit. It looks like he's not worried about a direct, or well, a flanking Tiger assault, which again could prove to be his undoing if the Tigers were to attack from here, sufficiently well supported, and then all of a sudden another assault then follows up as he reacts. In fact, one Tiger pulling back to do that could be enough. In fact, this one, in fact, then he could blitzkrieg in with the other one, hit them in the rear when that happens. But looks like that CoH2 is trying to bombard his opponents and slowly edge his way forwards afterwards for the infantry and tanks. Less of a blitzkrieg approach, just more cautious advance with combined arms. And advancing straight into some very serious enemy resistance. Maxims and 50 calibers and field guns. You could try and lay down smoke if you so wanted to just fire away some regular rounds. Nope, just incendiary rounds.
Standing by. Heavy panzer, ready for orders.
Still could do with a bit more infantry, I would say. And there we go, Conscripts moving up. Neatly encountering the Tiger. And an awful lot of mortar fire. German half-track still alive, by the way, and also showing that the German frontline units also being forced there. The Sirmuffin also have to retreat to the base, so well done there as well. Nice play with half-tracks on both sides. Also knowing this one has now received an anti-aircraft upgrade. And there we go, actually sending up some troops here, trying to conduct a flank battle again. I think he should have sent a Tiger tank in to support it. Thus requiring some serious attention here from Sirmuffin in dealing with it. And looks like he is going to do that. So that could be interesting. Although I think it's a bit delayed. And should have perhaps been done with a bit more aggressive. Oh no, he might hit the mine! Oh no! Again, I would have liked to see a wider move, but instead he took the more direct approach and hit a mine. And grabbing a Soviet field gun right from under their noses. More tanks getting prepared, and someone seems to be getting better at the job. Looks to be the mortar half-track. Be the veterans too.
The enemy has spotted us.
Tiger tank here, they're in definite trouble. Field gun bombarding. Pioneers getting stopped here by the Maxim. Multiple artillery rushing ahead there, but securing the right flank. And now looks like we are seeing that Sirmuffin is launching assault straight into the other Tiger.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Taking grievous losses while making a direct assault.
Under automatic fire!
Right now I think he should actually try and blitzkrieg behind all of this. That might actually give him a chance of winning. Though of course now the other Tiger is not really combat effective due to the damaged engine. In fact, it's a bit stranded, which leaves his other force here also a bit weakened, since now the two Tigers can't support each other.
Watch for counterattacks.
And again, Sirmuffin is playing this very smartly, very cautiously with his field guns. And rushing straight for the victory point up there. Again, he's trying to sort of apply some pressure there.
Taking fire from 18.
Point over here secured. I actually suggest him actually setting up a bunker here to cover that point. And that he'll soon be able to get another Tiger, except he doesn't have the population for it. So again, resources spent on bunkers right now would actually be a very good idea, since he can't really spend them on new units anyways. Punches Rex with the Panzer Grenadiers. And mortar half-track went down. A direct hit through the engine block, cooking up the entire thing. And the Tiger wobbling ahead. You know, Heinz, this isn't what I imagined when they talked about the Blitzkrieg. Ah, shut up. Heinz. Why are we both named Heinz? I don't know. Do you only think there's only one man in Germany named Heinz? Anyways.
Ready!
Conscript taking up position here, hitting the dirt right in front of the Panzer Grenadiers. Quick bun grenade response. And almost wiping out the entire bunch. Punches moving in north. Tanks moving in. Looks like there might be an attempt here to clear the Tiger out. Might in fact try to ram into it from the rear. Nope, got too close there. Conscript attacking from the front. Few got good to support. And there we go, engine damaged. And there we go, going to... No, apparently not. Oh dear. Looks like a bit of a botched armoured assault here from Sirmuffin. Pioneers rushing in. Tiger here, not having much luck in actually making an advance. And hitting the dirt here. Do not worry, Yuri, we will be heroes of the motherland. But we'll be pancakes too. And there we go. One weakness of hitting the dirt, you can be very, very easily crushed by tanks. So I suppose they'll all be getting the Order of Lenin posthumously. They were certainly dedicated soldiers of the Soviet Union. Points are ticking down. Tiger can't take the point back. Right flank also falling to the Soviet advance. Tiger rolling ahead very slowly. T-34 on a rampage. Behind the enemy lines where the Tigers can't reach. Of course, both Tigers can't really move now. It's a bit of a mess that computer he's managed to end up in. His formation is completely dispersed. He's got no punch, except the Tigers again, who can't really move. So again, he is in a very grim situation. His opponent's got the advantage in mobility, which means he can zoom around all across the map and be an absolute utter bastard towards computer heat.
T-34 reporting! The enemy has only 50 points remaining. Us. T-34 reports engine damage!
Looks like the Panzers might be able to get that T-34. The points are ticking down very quickly. He's not sending anything to take the victory points. Except over here, it would seem. So he's going to get caught right in front of the Maxim here and the T-34. And the losses are pretty brutal and swift. And there goes back. He ends up retreating. He loses his nerve. Despite how close everything is, he loses his nerve. My God. That is not proper behavior for a German soldier. And now Nintendo about to pretty much make sure no one can take that point. Half-track down, that T-34 is still rolling about. Tiger tank down to half health. But again, he can't take a single point, and there we go. Game over. Computer Heat lost. Despite having two Tigers on the field, he was beaten using only T-34s and field guns. Well done, well played there by Sirmuffin. Sirmuffin really, making a very good job of displaying how you play the bloody Soviets. I mean, he did this by outmaneuvering the German player with mines, and again, with some bold, daring play. Well done, of course, also in establishing a pack front. And of course, actually ensuring it works by having a half-track constantly reinforce it. I mean, this was very lovely, deliberate play by Sirmuffin. Aggressive mining early on, aggressive play early on. Then when he actually go into the defensive, He actually went on the defensive. He began preparing mines. He set up field guns. He got a half-track. He was ready to be attacked with heavy armor. And that's why he won. He was actually ready. I mean, that's great. He was a bit late, choosing a doctrine, but that could also be easily set for computing. I think that partly, hurt him. He should have much earlier on chosen a doctrine. And he also should have coordinated that breakout attempt here much better instead of taking the more direct approach and hitting a mine. But, hindsight is all that. But still, he definitely should have also been a bit faster in repairing his tanks. I mean, ComputerHeat did well as well, but ultimately not quite as well. And that rather cost him the game. He seemed to be lacking a bit, in determination and will, which Sirmuffin did not, and that allowed Sirmuffin to win. But otherwise, well played by both sides. Really great, exciting game. But again, I mean, even if you have two Tigers, if you can't get them, the proper momentum, the proper support, they can be locked down. That is true for any heavy armor. And this game is a nice display of that. So, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned a lot from it. If you did, why not subscribe to the friends? If you didn't, well, why not see me play and provide some feedback in the comments, ask some questions. I'm sure someone will be here there to most helpfully answer them. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.